We're now going to take a look at the NCCD report and how you would make use of that in TrackEd. The NCCD data collection tool has been designed to streamline your data collection of NCCD data to help you bring that together and to help you report on that. So we'll just take a look at this now. Here's an example of the report, the final product. We have a student, we have the different levels of differentiation, and then we have strategies that are being used for those students. It then lists off the class IDs, and the staff IDs would be listed here as well for all of the classes that are using that particular strategy. Okay, so that's the end goal in mind. Let's go and take a look at how it works. Firstly, we'll go to the settings page and the NCCD tab. This is an important place to go first to get the list set up the way that you want it. So what we're going to choose here is the teaching practices list, and this is going to list all of the teaching practices, and these starting list has actually come from the national website, sorted under these headings. So quality differentiated teaching strategies, then supplementary adjustments, and then substantial adjustments, and extensive adjustments. Now with these, all of these are designed to be printable, and we actually have the column references in our Excel template next to each of these. Now there's a planning guide, so there's a left-handed and a right-handed version of this. This class planner basically could put in a student's name, and a teacher could actually just go and jot some notes down with a physical piece of paper under each of these strategy headings, and then later on they can sit down with a spreadsheet and fill in the columns for those students. So that's just to help with that data collection. Okay, so once you've got those lists set up, one thing I didn't show you there is you can actually click in here and change the text for any of those to suit your school's requirements. We then want to export the file, the template file. So I'm here looking at my Year 12s. Incidentally, the NCCD tool has been designed mainly for secondary schools. However, it can be used for primary if you'd like. Okay, so we choose the export button here. We choose the NCCD template option. That's going to export two files like our other exports for this data collection processes. So we'll open up the TrackEd Docs folder, and we end up with an NCCD file with our student data in it. So we'll open that one up first. And that actually has a starting point here for anything that was filled in last time this was done. So I can choose this select all, copy, and minimize that file. And then we're actually going to open up the second file here, and this is our formatted NCCD sheet. And so I'll bring this down. It has all of the color coding and everything set up, ready to go. So we click in A1, we right click, and we choose Paste Special Values. And this will paste all of our information with all of the formatting and colors applied into this formatted sheet. And again, we've got these filter options set up so they can select just their classes if they'd like, individual teachers, or we can select all and filter based on that. You can also filter by the staff ID, which is useful. Okay, so then once we've got this, we save it, and we can distribute this for all of our teachers, or if we're using SharePoint, you can upload this to SharePoint and everyone can access it at the same time and fill in their own information. Another process that we've added here, which might be beneficial, is on the import page. It's a little tool that lets you export, so we call it the copy for all staff IDs, and we can drop in any file at all. So we're going to drop in this formatted file. Actually, before we do that, we're just going to rename this. Okay, no, I won't rename it, we'll just leave it as it is. And we drag this formatted file on, and we want to save a copy of this for all of the staff in the current cohort, and then we can just choose import. Okay, it's complete. So now in our docs folder, I've only got 4 teachers here, but it's saved that exact file 4 times with a different staff ID after each. So if you have 100 staff, that would come out with 100 files. These could be uploaded to a network drive. Teachers could come and fill in their particular students and then put them into another folder ready for import. Those files can then be imported using the import NCCD, and you can drop those files in there. We've also for this one added import from a folder as an option. So you can put all of those filled in files in one folder. Then you can choose import from a folder. It has to be the AAA_tracked_import folder inside your documents folder on your computer. So you would fill in, just follow these instructions, just have those files in that folder ready to go, and if you've got 100 of them, it'll import all of them in one step using the import process here. So once that's imported, then you can generate these NCCD reports. So I'll choose report options and NCCD report. Incidentally, there's one here for any staff who haven't filled in any NCCD data in a particular reporting period. But we'll just run this NCCD report now for the found set of students for the calendar year. Whoops. There you go. And the term. And you can exclude aims if you want, show aims only if you want, and then we can create the report. So that's going about building our report, and that should be the same report that we were looking at earlier. There are some filter options here as well. So I can filter just to the strategies that are being used maybe in 2 or more classes, and I can apply that filter and it just shrinks down the list. You can show only a particular student if you want, and use this for your retained evidence for the NCCD information and to help you make determinations as to the level of adjustment for each student.